Hello everybody, today I'm back with Disney Heroes Battle Mode. We've got a few characters left from the past updates to show, as well as a brand new one. First up is Baloo. Had him for quite a while. He's ready to showcase. Let's go through his animations. He's got a lot compared to others. Next up is Davy Jones, one of my favorite villains in these Disney games. Excited to see what he's like, going through his animations. Just want to point out, you might hear a baby screaming in the background. Not much I can do about that. We have Pleakley here, a brand new character. When I'm recording this, I legitimately just unlocked him, and I really want to make a video for this weekend, so I'm making it here, going through his animations. And I'd like to point out in my patch notes thing, I mentioned how he was like kind of a cross-dresser almost. I didn't realize that'd actually be his victory animation. That's kind of funny. Let's get into the next chapter here. We're on chapter 23. Take all three of these guys out. And we're pretty far down here. We're up to... we got a lot more characters. Baloo's apparently the weakest out of all these. Let's just see how it's gonna go. I suppose I'll just start watching each. Baloo's already dead. The other two survived. Pleakley's doing way better. I'm kind of just looking at everything right now, and then in future turns, I'll point out some of the things I like, or some of the animations specifically for each of the characters. But they both survived that one. Baloo was not able to survive. I didn't see much of what he was doing. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of him in this one. Again, I'm just kind of watching them all so I can see what they're doing and then talk about them a bit easier as we go. Mr. Incredible is of course doing most of the work. I'm sorry I can't help more, guys. I could shrink you all down, but it might get a teeny bit crowded in there. That's okay, Genie. I think we've all reached our limit from being toy-sized. Unless you're a really big bed to jump on in there, right, Stinkbrain? Yeah. So, they all died because of that Mr. Incredible. Let's see. After this next battle, I'm going to start talking about them individually. Still kind of processing what everybody's doing. They are actually, for the most part, standing their ground and being helpful. And again, it might just be because Mr. Incredible is so overpowering. Alright, let's start off with Baloo, because he'll probably die. So, I see him dancing around, and it seems like he healed. Okay. I said he was gonna die, and then he died. I'll wait to talk about Baloo until the next one, then. We're almost done with this one anyways. I can look at what the other two are doing a bit more. I guess I'll finish my thought. You can see Baloo healing. At least it seems like he's healing. I know he does a lot of support stuff. I know that one animation is him like leaning against a tree. I haven't seen that at all. I saw him. Okay, so there's that dance, and I believe that starts to heal people, or at least himself. And he really didn't do much there. We get to see his death animation quite a lot. One more time, let's see if Baloo can do anything more interesting. And he did a little dance. It looked like he gave himself some boosts after that dance. It looked like it only went on him though. And again, it looked like he was healing everybody there. And some of his basic attacks. And he's dead. So he really is mostly a support character, which makes sense. Baloo isn't really a fighter in his source material or anything. Let's look at Davy Jones next. What if we wish really hard? That's what Aladdin did last time, right? Well, not exactly. I love you, Sugar Muffin, but I don't think we're going to get there on wishes and daisy chains. We have to think about this logically. If we got to Bonnie's room through an arcade cabinet, what would be the corresponding portal to Agrabah? I don't know, a sandbox? Are we actually going to go through a sandbox or something? Let's see. Davy Jones. So there, you saw him calling the Kraken. I've noticed that quite a lot. And it looks like it hits everybody as far as I can tell. And he's got his sword, but he doesn't really seem... Oh, no, he does use a sword, just as the basic attack. There's the Kraken again. He doesn't do anything with his crab claw. Maybe he does another basic attack with it or something. Let's look at him once more and see if he does anything differently. So he pointed. I thought that's when the Kraken shows up. Maybe I just missed the Kraken. But he like points forward, and I think actually the pointing is giving everybody some sort of boost or buff when he points with his crab claw. Then he has that basic attack, and then he also calls in the Kraken. And the Kraken looks really good, and also he seems to keep a distance, which probably keeps him alive a lot better than someone like Baloo. Now we can take a look at Pleakley. You see him walk in with that newspaper and hat kind of disguised there. And a lot of mosquito attacks. He stays in the way back, which is why most likely why he's surviving basically every round. But you can see him call in mosquitoes, you can see him flick a mosquito off of his hand. There he puts on his hair as his victory animation. I guess I haven't really been calling out the victory animations, but Pleakley kind of seems to have like the most interesting animations out of all of them in my opinion. Let's just see, what else? I know he's been, the viewfinder. He did that and it went against the enemy. There he like shears and all the mosquitoes come in. Again, he does do the one thing as well, where he just flicks a mosquito off. And I think that might just be the passive one, and then the active is when he spins, or something like that. Or even like the cheer is the passive, and then when he spins is the active. I'm not entirely sure. But as you can see, Pleakley and Davy Jones are at least surviving. Maybe they're not even doing all that much, but they're at least able to survive through all these battles. So they seem somewhat okay. It's too bad that I won't get to see Pleakley and Jumba go with each other, just in the style of showcasing. I will never have them in a battle together. I would be curious to see if they are good to put in the same team, or if they really are just alright on their own. Again, I mentioned in my patch notes video how it's kind of weird that they're not a duo character, that they're somewhat separated. I guess, like I said, they just had enough ideas to give them each their own spot. And their Pleakley died. I don't really know how. But, I mean, I really do like Jumba and Pleakley. Jumba is my more favorite, and I should be getting him soon enough. The Challenger seasons have not switched over to have him in the crates yet. This week we're still going to be getting Tron, but I assume after this season ends that we'll be getting some chips towards Jumba. I believe that's how it works. And I am excited to get Jumba, although I have no other characters to showcase with him, so it will be a while before we're able to do that. I assume we'll get an update close to August with like one new character and then the August sign-in hero. But potentially they could also do 2 characters in the sign-in hero. They do it sometimes, and I'd love to see them do it again, but I kind of am doubtful of it. Right now we only know of 2 new characters, although to be fair, both of these characters this time around were ones we hadn't heard before. But, oh, we also got to see right there that chest from Davy Jones. I hadn't talked about that yet. Has that been showing up every time? Or is it when he dies specifically? Because he has been surviving so much that I haven't seen the chest around all that much. I think it might be when he dies. There's no good way for me to kill him, but I saw it for a second in that last round. If you want to see it, you can go back there. But I guess I can start going through my individual thoughts on each of them. I'll start off with Baloo. I'm happy to get the Jungle Book characters, although they've never been my favorites of sorts. And I do prefer like tank and actual fighting heroes over the support ones, but characters like Joy are really important to have on a team. She's one of my strongest heroes. Just because they don't attack doesn't mean they're not important. And I could definitely see some people using Baloo to their advantage. So maybe he's really good, but in my opinion, he's not someone I would like to have on my team. I still appreciate him and like some of his skills, but just not someone I would keep on my team. So what happened when you rubbed the lamp? What do you mean, what happened? We brought it straight to you. This whole time I assumed you would rub the lamp and nothing happened. Honestly, I didn't think it would work. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. Alright. Well, my thoughts on Davy Jones again. He's one of my favorite villains. And his design is pretty great in this. I love that he uses the Kraken in his moveset as well. And it's pretty faithful to the source material. And he seems somewhat strong enough to hold his ground with 2 other strong heroes. And I don't know. I really like him, so maybe I'm a little bit biased on that. But I like how Davy Jones is doing. And finally, my thoughts on Pleakley. He seems to stay in the back, which allows him to survive a lot longer. Well, so he kind of has these ranged attacks with the mosquitoes, and it kind of has a stacking effect, which I really enjoy. A lot of characters that have that kind of stacking effect. And, you know, it is smart to stay in the back and keep yourself alive while also being able to attack them fairly well. So I do like Pleakley as well. I don't know how effective his like viewfinder skill is or whatever it's called, but either way, I do like Pleakley as well. Definitely I like Pleakley and Davy Jones over Baloo. But either way, we've gone through this chapter super quickly. I'm not used to doing it this quick. It's usually like a 20-minute video. I'm going to be like 15 minutes here. I'll take the time now to say thank you guys for watching this one. I guess it's quicker than normal. I wasn't expecting it to go quickly. Also, all the characters died on this last battle, so that's great. They really do put in Mr. Incredible a lot in these battles, and that's kind of frustrating. That's basically why I always have my Mr. Incredibles, because they always do the same, and he's the only one that can beat him is himself. So we completed Lamplight here. Obviously, we're trying to make our way to Agrabah in terms of the story. Next up is Agrabah Days, so it seems like we'll be going there, straight to the market. And we're on another island, which is pretty exciting. Alright, well, I'll be getting Jumba soon. And again, I assume in about 2 weeks, maybe possibly it'll end up being 3 again. But we'll be getting an update again. Definitely another August sign-in hero and everything. And I'm excited for that. So thank you guys for watching this one, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.